What's up, guys? I'm going to tell you my top 5 in this podcast of fighting games, and then we go straight into the more details on fighting games. My top 5 are Tekken 7. I like Tekken 7 because it had a good story on, but after that, downhill. That's the only thing I'm going to say about Tekken 7. That's my number 5. My number 4 is Tekken 3. Why I love Tekken 3 is because the mods, aka Fit Malone, was playing it at Walmart when you had the PlayStation 1 and all those systems. You had the TV, you had to look up like this to play. And he was playing it and he told me come over there and play Tekken 3, play as Eddie, and I loved it. It was different. You had different kind of fighting. They have like more combat style, Street Fighter style. It's like all different kind of style. My number 3, Mortal Kombat 2 or 3 on PC. Why I like both of those, and those are my number 3. I know it's 2 games. Mortal Kombat 2. I was a kid when I first saw that. And I was getting babysitting, and her son wanted to go and hang out with friends, so then when it was time for us to leave and wanted him to stay there, she's like telling me to go tell him we're leaving, and I'm just looking for him, and I heard "get over here," and I was like, what the heck? And I went to where I heard it because I thought I was getting called, and they were playing Mortal Kombat 2. And I was like, whoa, I never heard a voiceover before in video games. That's kind of cool. And then the PC version of Mortal Kombat 3, it was just different. You had things that you could go through and all. And it was just different. The graphics were faster and all on the PC. Then Street Fighter 2 for my number 2 game. It's Street Fighter 2 Turbo PC. Same thing, it was just different. I saw the Street Fighter games on the Super Nintendo or Sega, and did not look like the PC version. PC version just more instant. And then my favorite fighting game ever is Mortal Kombat Trilogy on Nintendo 64, because you could play as all the fighters from the old games, and you could play as Shao Kahn or Goro if you use cheat codes. That was my top 5. Let me know what you guys' top 5s are in the comments. Now back more details of fighting games. The first fighting game was called Fight Championship Fighting or something like that. It was like 2 stick figures and came on the old system. I can't remember what system it said. And fighting games back in the 80s, you had total fighting games. You had Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, I'm trying to think of other ones. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't fun. And like in the early 90s when like Nintendo 64 came out, you had different fighting games. Like you had Clay Fighters, more details of Mortal Kombat. I don't remember a Street Fighter game on Nintendo 64, but if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. And then PlayStation came out, and those were like making fighting games come out of nowhere. You had Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter, Clay Fighter. You had all these fighting games, and they were all trying to make their own version of different fighting style, and they all were. Like Mortal Kombat had fatalities and all. Then you had Street Fighter that was like still like magic powers, special moves and all, but not anything like Mortal Kombat. Then you had Taken that was more in your face, kind of fighting style where you could counter moves and all. Then you had Soul Calibur, and our games like Soul Calibur. Trying to think of the one off my head, sorry guys. Soul Calibur, Taken was not. Taken was the one that was just like, but you had Soul Calibur. Now I can't think of the game, but Soul Calibur and all of them were good, but they were slowly went down the drain and all. And I know people are like, what about the UFC games? To me, those are not fighting games, those are sport games. Same thing with boxing games, To me, fighting games are, if we talk to anybody, go, name fighting game, they go say Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat right off their head, then they might be like, Taken, Soul Calibur, Naruto, if they grew up in the 2000s, Dragon Ball games, Dragon Ball Z games, then they be like, those, those were sales that came out that changed the whole fighting games, Yeah, they were action adventure, but they were more fighting related, and you had to come up with plans on how you go attack these people. You could not just attack them straight on like Mortal Kombat and all. They could go around you with flying or special moves and all. So you had to learn how to fight with that stuff. Do I think fighting games are getting worse? Yes and no. What I mean by that is fighting games are getting worse, where the stories are almost saying the same thing. To me, the first real story game that ever was in fighting games were in the late 90s and early 2000s, and that's when they started getting stories, and they just slowly going down the drain, like Mortal Kombat 11. Anyway, the cliffhanger, if we got the download content after the main story, you could pick Song or Liu Kang, whoever you pick, have a different ending, So you really don't know which ending is the true ending until Mortal Kombat 12 comes out. And to me, if they're gonna do anything different to make that game better, make it where the people that still has Mortal Kombat 11 on their account, or make it somehow where whatever choice they pick first, stays the one they pick, or they can choose when the game starts if they want to restart from the beginning of Mortal Kombat with Liu Kang's ending or Song's ending. Street Fighter, almost all those stories are the same story, never changes. Taken, like I said, it was a good story, but after that it went downhill. Jeff Jam games were fun too. How you had the DMX and all them, and the fighting shit, that was kind of cool. But those are not they never got over. They had 2 or 3 games that were good, then they just slowly started oh, what could we do that's different? Oh, let's have them hit a boombox and the music box goes faster or goes slower and all. I don't know. I never played the last ones. But taking all the fighting games needs to come up with something different. To me, I think it'd be kind of cool if Capcom and Marvel did a Capcom versus Marvel, had all the characters from all the put into one big game. That'd be kind of cool. And Marvel game all by that, just a fighting game with Marvel characters, be awesome. You have Injustice games that are good. If you're a big DC character fan, if you're not, you might know some and you'd be like, who the heck is this person? But they doing good with the Injustice games. I hope it come my way in Injustice 3. I really do. To see where it goes. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the fighting games. Do they need to get better, or are they okay where they are? To me, they need to get better with the story and all. But I like where they are also. So, like I said, give me your guys' top 5 games, top 5 fighting games in the comments. Give me your ideas on the fighting game world. Do you think it needs to do something different to get better, or just quit? I don't think fighting games ever gonna quit. So, peace.